Hey guys, so today's video is going to be on the top 5 fun things to do in Borderlands 2. I am making this video because the last top 5 I did on Borderlands 2 actually did extremely well compared to most of my previous videos. So I figured this was probably more of what people wanted to do, and I've probably looked this up so many times throughout my years of playing Borderlands because I feel like I've done damn near everything in the game, so it gets to a point where you're just trying to look for stuff to have fun with because you're not ready to stop playing. So we're going to start out the number 1 spot right here, which these aren't in like a specific order from most fun to least fun or anything. These are just top 5. So the first one is going to have to be gambling. I cannot tell you how many hours and how much money I've put into literally just sitting in Sanctuary and pumping money into these machines gambling. The slot machines are really fun because you have a chance to get damn near anything. You get weapons, you can get skins, you can get iridium, you can get money, you can get the jackpot, which is 3 Vault Hunter symbols that guarantee a legendary item. So it's a really fun way to spend your time in this game, and you guys should definitely try it out if you haven't done it very much or at all. We'll be moving on to the second spot now. Okay, so the second spot is going to have to be farming bosses. Farming anything really, it doesn't have to be a boss because there's certain enemies you could farm for other stuff. Like you could farm the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Easter egg mission if you wanted to try to get the Stormfront. But farming bosses is mostly where it's going to be at because bosses tend to have the best drops in the game. Some of them have cosmetic drops like skins and heads. Some of them have really good weapon drops. So basically just farming bosses in general, farming anything in general. I know some people look at this as more of a chore and don't have as much fun doing it. But to me, farming is always fun because it always gives you random stuff. It's cool to see what you get. Like sometimes you get a really cool weapon and it's actually like a really cool version of that weapon. And my voice just fucking cracked there. But you know what I'm talking about. So some people look at this as more of a chore, but I really look at it as kind of fun, getting to see what you get and really like getting the patterns and techniques down for killing some of these bosses is actually really cool and handy to have. So that's definitely going to have to be on the list of at least my favorite things to do in Borderlands 2, because it's always good to just learn more about the bosses, learn more about the game. At the same time, you're also potentially getting your character better loot. So it's just a really nice thing to do. It's really easy, it's really fun. You can do it with friends if you want. It's just kind of more of a pain in the ass because you have to invite them after every time you reset the game. So it's probably more of a solo thing to do, but you could still do it with friends if you really wanted to, so that's definitely going to have to be on this list for most fun things to do in Borderlands 2. So real quick, we're going to be moving on to the third thing. Okay, so the third thing is going to have to be respeccing skill points. I don't know what it is, but there's just something about respeccing your skill points and kind of starting fresh with your character that's already a high level. Because it's really interesting to try out all of the different ways you can build a character and see all like the effects of how you build your character. You can just do so many different things and build your character so many different ways to play and so many different like play styles. It's crazy. That's one of the cool things about this game. You could play as one character but play as that character in so many different ways. So that was always a really nice feature about this game, and I've done that quite a few times. Although it does cost money to do it, it's still a pretty fun thing to do, to learn all of these new builds you could do and just figure out the best builds you think for your character. It's just really fun addition to the game, and you guys should definitely try it if you haven't already. But now we're going to be moving on to the fourth spot. Okay, so this one is going to be pretty simple. It is starting a new character. Now I know some people might find this boring, but to me it is extremely fun to play different characters. If you haven't played a character in Borderlands 2, like if there's 1 or 2 characters you haven't played, or I mean shit, if you're new to the game, you probably only played 1 or 2 of the characters. After you beat the game, after you get to a point that you want to be, end game, whatever you want to call it, maybe you don't want to reach max level, I would highly recommend starting a new character because it is just so fun to experience all these different characters, all their different abilities. Each character plays completely different than the last, and it's just really cool to use all these different abilities. It's really cool to like figure out what your favorite character is. It's just a really fun option that you can have in this game, and that's definitely why it's going to be on this list, because it just adds for a whole new level of just everything. It's like a fresh start with a completely new character. Everything is different, so definitely going to have to be on this list. And we're going to be moving on to the last spot real quick. Alright guys, so this last spot is definitely just going to have to be a probably like a slaughter dome thing. It's more like 2-in-1, because one of the most fun things you can always do in any video game is probably just play with a friend. It's always just fun. I feel like everything's amplified, because stuff that you would find funny with a friend, sometimes you might not think funny. It's almost like it changes your sense of humor a little bit. So definitely playing with a friend is one, but another one is just gonna have to do with these like slaughterhouse arena things. This is one right here. It's in the fridge. It's literally right after you spawn in at the fridge. It's right here. This one's fun because there's a lot of Goliaths, so you can shoot a lot of heads off and just watch them go fucking crazy in the arena. But doing these with friends is also really fun. Me and my cousin actually had kind of a pain in the ass time doing these, mostly because we were just trying to get the achievement for doing these, the trophy, whatever you want to call them. So you have to complete every single wave of these and all that bullshit. So we actually were kind of annoyed with it just because we were doing that. We weren't doing it for fun. We were doing it to get the trophies. But at the same time, we also did have a lot of fun while we were doing them, just messing around with enemies and seeing what we could do. But that's going to have to do it for this video. So I hope you guys enjoy. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, go ahead and like it. Subscribe if you want to see more videos. Thank you so much for watching. If you waited till the end, then you're fucking awesome, and I will talk to you later. Bye.